All right, I wanted to do this tutorial for everybody because I think most people are catching on to how to upload your paper onto Moodle. You would have clicked on a link similar to this and then submitted your paper that way. But what else this link provides for you is the opportunity to do peer reviews, and then of course to view your own paper and see the comments that I've written on your paper as well as other classmates. So I just wanted to go through, first of all, how you do that. This is my login account, so I have access to viewing everybody's papers. When you log in, you'll only be able to see your own. But what you want to do is click on your paper, and I'm just going to show you how to view my comments and then also any reviews that you got from other classmates. So it's just taking a minute to load here. But those tabs are all in the upper left-hand corner. When it first opens, this is all that you'll see, but if you hit grade mark, that's going to show you the comments that your instructor posted, and that just takes a minute to load as well, but you'll see all sorts of different marks in here. If you hover over the comment, you can see, like sometimes I write things in there, other times I use the pre-done comments, like this is a fragment, I click on those from over here, that's how those appear. But these are all really important things for you to look at and just check and see, some of the comments I'm making on your paper. So that's how you find my comments, is through GradeMark. The way that you'll see your classmates' comments is by clicking on the one called PeerMark. And you should have two people who have reviewed your paper, hopefully. You click on the first person. If they posted any comments in your paper, you'll be able to see those there and you can hover over them. But more importantly, you have to do a switch down here to the question mark to be able to see their responses to all the questions that you had to answer. And this is better feedback, I think, in some ways, because you're going to see how effective you were communicating with each of these people. And then if you want to switch to the other person, you got to go back to the little person icon, go to your second reviewer, and see this person didn't really put any comments in the paper, but if you click on the question part, the question mark, you'll see this person's review the paper here. So that's how you would see classmates' paper, or comments rather. The third option, which is also very helpful, is the originality report, and that's in the upper left-hand corner here. Basically what this is telling you is the percentage of your paper that is similar to either other papers that are in the Turnitin repository, whatever it's called, and also checked against any websites or sources that are found on the internet. The match overview is listed right here, so I could click on, this is saying 10% of the paper found sources from this site. I can click on that and you'll see that it shows exactly where that is word for word here. Now, the thing about this is you want this number, the percentage, to be less than 30, I would say, for it to be a good research paper. You don't want to have more than 30% of your paper being other people's writing. And if you do have similarity, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've plagiarized. Like, for instance, this is a quote in block style from a source. It's word for word, but it is correctly cited. And you're going to find examples of that, I think, throughout this paper. So usually the similarity of your match is not saying, oh, this was plagiarism. Like here, for instance, again, there's a nice quote. There's a citation for it. But I do use this because I look at how much similarity you have in your paper, and I use it to check whether you have done correct citations and whether you have paraphrased whether you have paraphrased your information sufficiently if you haven't put quotation marks around it. So anyways, those are the three options again. GradeMark is instructor comments, PeerMark is classmate comments, if we do a peer review, which we will be doing those, and then the originality report will show you the match overview and the percentage of the similarity. The last thing I wanted to show you is how to do a review. And in order to do this, I'm going to have to log out of my account because it doesn't let me do this as an instructor. And I'm going to log in with my secret student account. And I'm not going to be able to take you through the whole process, but I am going to show you some of it just to get you started, because I know this is really confusing to some people. So again, I'm logging in as, well, you would be logging in as yourself, obviously. Go to the same link where you uploaded your paper. So I'm going to go here. And now that, again, you have to have uploaded your own paper, which is what this is, in order to do a PeerMark assignment. And you'll see, here's the PeerMark assignment. To the right of it, there's this green arrow. You won't see that if you haven't uploaded your paper. So you got to make sure you do that. If you click on that, this next screen should appear. And it gives you, some guidelines like when it's due, some brief instructions. But what you really need to see here is the tab that says Write Reviews. If you click on that arrow and scroll down, that's how you start your reviews. It says that you're distributed to essays, and that's how you generate that distribution, is by clicking on this. Now, and it's saying that there's an error again. That's so frustrating. Anyways, I can't show you, I guess, exactly what it will look like because of that error, but it should work for you. When you click on this and start a review, it's going to take you to somebody's essay, and you're going to have some questions in the right-hand side of the essay that you have to answer, but you can also, like I say, comment in the paper as well, and that's how you complete those reviews. The other thing that you have access to is everybody else's papers, so you can look at, here's another paper, example paper that was submitted, if you just are interested in what everybody else in the class is writing, to get a sense of that. So I hope that this helps a little bit with some of the technical difficulties you guys have been having, and just continue to email me if you still have